Hello everybody, I'm feeling a bit better, and you'll notice I have a nice background now, so I'm no longer coming to you from the closet. You might even say I've come out of the closet. Not really though, because I'm not actually gay, and I apologize to my gay fans for making light of your situation. Anyway, there are two similar conservative points you hear every so often. The legality of a law is determined by the morality of the people in society, or the legality of a law should be determined by the morality of people in society. Two names that come to mind are Brian Fisher and, unfortunately, Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. Scalia has compared laws against homosexuality to those prohibiting murder, saying he is arguing that many laws are based on society's moral feelings. Quote, "If we cannot have moral feelings against homosexuality, can we have it against murder? Can we have it against other things?" In short, homosexual activity should be illegal for the same reason that murder is illegal. Most people think murder is immoral. Brian Fisher has expressed a similar view.
There are times when discriminating is the right thing to do, when discrimination is the right thing to do. They were discriminating against this woman's sexual behavior, sexual misconduct, immoral sexual behavior, and we should make no apologies for discriminating against that kind of behavior. You know, we discriminate against shoplifters. My point is we discriminate against immoral behavior all the time, and we should.
In short, he is saying that homosexual activity should be outlawed for the same reason we outlaw theft. Most people think theft is immoral. So does morality dictate whether or not something should be illegal? Well, a state can pass a law purely on a majority vote, and the people who vote for that law can do so because of their moral views, but these laws must not violate the Constitution, and that's the bottom line. The Constitution is the determining factor of constitutionality. One of the purposes of the Constitution is to keep majorities from taking away certain freedoms from minorities. We call these freedoms rights. The legality of a law is entirely determined by whether or not it violates the Constitution, and, by that token, whether or not it violates the rights of others. The legality of a law is not determined by the moral opinions of those who voted for it, as Scalia and Fisher seem to think it is. If we start limiting other people's rights simply because a majority thinks it's immoral not to, then we throw the Constitution to the wind. Rights are no longer protected if a majority simply doesn't like those rights. So morality is not the determining factor, the Constitution is. But just to beat the moral legality horse until it's dead, let me offer one more reason why this idea of moral-based legality is ridiculous. If you think the legality of something is determined by whether or not most people think it's immoral, then you should also think that cheating on your spouse should be illegal. After all, according to a 2010 Gallup poll, 92% of Americans believe that extramarital affairs are immoral, whereas only 43% believe that homosexual relations are immoral. Why aren't there fines and jail sentences for extramarital affairs? And even without poll numbers, it's safe to say that a vast majority of people believe that lying to friends and cheating on a boyfriend or girlfriend is immoral. So if you think that immoral things should be illegal, then what you are about to see is a crime scene.
Come on, Charlie Brown. I'll hold the ball and you kick it.
Hold it? Ha! You'll pull it away and I'll land flat on my back and kill myself.
Come on, Charlie Brown. It's a big honor for you.
This time I'm gonna kick that football clear to the moon! Ah!
So should the government step in when people lie, or when spouses are unfaithful, or when children trick each other? Or are these personal matters that people should deal with on their own? You tell me, small government conservatives. And sure, you could get into a debate about if and how morality guided the construction of the Constitution, but once we have the Constitution, that's all that matters with regards to the legality of a law, unless we amend the Constitution. Justice Scalia, your thoughts? All right, don't embarrass yourself. So now that we understand how morality has no legal force, let's put that to good use. Here are a couple clips from Father Barron, something, on his YouTube channel.
Justice Elena Kagan, just appointed by Obama, was quoted as saying this. She said, Whenever a lawyer makes a moral observation in a case such as this, for me, the red flag of discrimination goes up.
As it should, because in deciding a legal case, morality is not relevant. The Constitution is relevant. Remember, the key word is unconstitutional, not immoral. And the people who use moral arguments in legal contexts usually do so because the Constitution does not support their case.
She didn't say, whenever someone makes a bad moral argument, the red flag of discrimination goes up. It's simply, whenever someone makes a moral argument, period, the red flag of discrimination goes up. Now, I'll leave to the side a fundamental inconsistency that I'm making a moral objection, discrimination, to a moral argument.
No, she's making a logistical objection. Morality is simply not relevant. These types of moral crusaders seem to be forgetting what country they live in and how this country's laws actually work.